It's hard to believe this is a 15-year-old film. It's a 2010 classic, a real classic, because it's one of the most studied screenplays. And not just that, it's on a lot of lists as one of the top movies in the last 20 years. Directed by the amazing David Fincher and is based on the book The Accidental Billionaire by Ben Mesrich. And it's unique because of its rapid and layered dialogue, this non-linear structure, making a legal deposition actually interesting. It explores ambition and betrayal and loneliness. And as you can imagine, it won a ton of awards during award season. Aaron Sorkin alone, he won an Oscar for Best Adapted Screenplay. He won a Golden Globe for Best Screenplay. He won a BAFTA Award for Best Screenplay. That's how good it is. He also won a Critics' Choice Award for Best Screenplay. Overall, the film won 3 Oscars. It won 4 Golden Globes and 3 BAFTA Awards. So what film won Best Picture in 2011 at the Oscars? Do you remember? I didn't. I had to look it up. It's The King's Speech, another really good film. But it is one of the most studied screenplays in modern history, mostly because of Aaron Sorkin and his unique style. People interested to see how he pulled this off. And we're going to study it today. So how did The Social Network all come about? Here is the story. It is obviously based on the book, The Accidental Billionaires, that 2009 book by Ben Mesrich. But he got his hands on it by a producer named Scott Rudin, and Mesrich's agent sent it to Sorkin before it was even finished. And this does happen a lot when screenwriters are targeted to adapt. And he was intrigued by the betrayal of the friendships, the ambition, the class, the genius. And he said the story is sort of a modern Shakespeare tragedy with the consequences for everyone. Saw the writing on the wall of what Facebook was headed toward. But you can imagine how this story could be told a million different ways. But this is the way we got it, because we got Aaron Sorkin. And I think it was a great thing to get. Sorkin goes to work. He's doing his own research now. He's reading lawsuits and depositions and interviews, not just relying on the book. And he settles on a non-linear structure, which was probably the secret sauce. And he wrote the first draft in about 3 months, he says. Again, most of that time by hand. I would just get cramps, I don't know. On his legal pads, then he goes to the computer. And the dialogue is so finely crafted that almost every single word in the screenplay is in the film. There are things left out of the film that are in the screenplay, but nothing really that's said on the film is missing from the screenplay. Very little, if any, ad-libbing. Sony greenlit the project. David Fincher was brought on board to direct. And I mean, goodness, this is the guy that did Fight Club and Seven and Zodiac and Benjamin Button and Gone Girl. I mean, there's so many. He's amazing. And casting was on the hunt for skilled A-listers, but not just to use their name and their talent, but they specifically wanted actors who could handle this rapid dialogue, who could consume dense material, memorize it, and understand the discipline that it would take to follow it line by line. And they hit a home run with their cast. Jesse Eisenberg, of course, who we've studied on this podcast for his screenwriting. Andrew Garfield, who is an outstanding actor and having a little bit of a renaissance now. His career is really just taking off again to the next level. And Justin Timberlake, who knew? A very talented actor, of course, but known for his music. I should say originally known for his music. He's now a well-respected actor. It was shot over 3 months, starting in October of 2009, and around Boston and around Los Angeles. All the interiors were shot in Los Angeles. And Fincher, he is known for just take after take after take. Actors who sign on to work with Fincher know that it's going to be a grueling day, but at the end of the day, he's going to get the best out of them, or he's going to put them in a position for them to give their best. And there were some scenes in this film that took up to 99 takes. The average was, 30 to 50 takes per scene. And just tremendous amount of work to get what they got. The editing of this film was world class. In fact, it won an Oscar specifically for the editing. And then on top of that, the little cherry on top here, the score was done by the guys from 9 Inch Nails. So let's just have it all, guys. It's spare no expense. Despite all that, they did get it in at a $40 million budget, which, yeah, it's a lot of money, but for a movie, a project this big, it's kind of modest. And it banged at the theaters, $225 million at the box office for this film, and unknown amount of money for streaming and rentals, because remember, it came out in 10. People were still renting things. All right, let's break this bad boy down, and we always start with the log line, and the official log line of this screenplay is: a Harvard student, Mark Zuckerberg, creates the social network site that would become known as Facebook. He is sued by the twins who claim he stole their idea, and by the co-founder who was later squeezed out of the business. It's a long log line. Here's my go at it. I say a Harvard student creates Facebook, but as it takes over the world, he faces lawsuits from friends who claim he stole everything. Screenplay statistics: 163 pages. This one is a big one. 192 scenes. Runtime is 2 hours flat. That is 44 seconds per page and 1.2 scenes per page. And now for formatting mechanics.